5 technical colleges, 896 primary schools, 354 basic literacy centers, 90 post-literacy centers, 83.
The Honorable Commissioner for the brief, for the very brief. We do brief, but has given me insights to all that is happening in the Ministry of Education. I want to say now that the state of affairs in the Ministry of Education is not strange to me, because all along I've been having a lot of interaction with the Honorable Commissioner, and together we have been thinking of how we can better the conditions in the ministry, and particularly how we can continue to enhance the educational standard in Lagos State. Yeah, problems are just the same as any other ministry. When you talk of accommodation, shortage of accommodation is prevalent in go to work, go to justice, youth and no, I'm thinking I'm still in block 4 where I've just left now. Information should go to the same sing song, and the reasons for this is it cannot be far-fetched, the economic situation. We do hope that with all the plans we are putting into our machinery, we should have a change of situation, a change for the positive side, and if that do occur, then there's hope that we should be able to take on the problems one after the other. Vehicle, well, there's no how, there's no miracle from anywhere for me to meet your requirement instanter. Again, I will raise that excuse on the economy, but it really suffices to say that the administration knows too well that it's a problem that needs to be addressed, and we shall continue to try from time to time within the dictates of the budget to allow 1 or 2 vehicles to trickle into the ministries, because it's a common problem to all the ministries. So, I want to implore you to please, the 1 or 2 that are going to be assigned to the ministry should be well looked after, and we place emphasis more on maintenance. We shall endeavor to rehabilitate, maintain the broken down ones, so that because the thinking of new one is just out of the reach for now, and that's why we have to limit it to 1 or 2 if the ministry is lucky to have them. But we want to see those one we can reactivate, and if we do reactivate some, I want to beg of you that you make sure that they are maintained. We should try as much as possible to handle our vehicles as if they are our own, and because I know too well some vehicles became beyond or they got BER status, beyond the economic repair, within 5-8 years. But I know if those vehicles belong to individuals, like I have my own, and now we shall all have to cooperate to bail ourselves out of this problem. Furniture, the same thing. We are hoping that we should be able to complete the office blocks over there. Part will be completed by June, July. We shall have to move some based on priority, and move forward to complete the rest so that the accommodation problem that is uranium and all the ministries can be addressed a little. It's not going to solve the whole problem. It's impossible because that they cannot. If we give 2 ministries, they can occupy the entire block there effectively. So, but we do hope that that will relieve us a bit before we find ourselves in position to construct more blocks. Teachers, well, I think we can comfortably take on some of the appointments of teachers so that we should be able to give the best to the schools. The problem is, like we all know, salaries. The teachers' lot has not been too good, and the experience is sad. It's a prime concern to this administration because if the teachers are not well catered for, then it's as good as sending our children out of the school too. Though we've not been able to get the areas from the federal government, we shall still continue to look for how to make sure that the salaries get to them from our own resources. Because I paid a surprise visit to a secondary school together with another school commission. Out of 100 teachers, 51 were found again in the classroom, and that is sad enough. Just at 9 o'clock, if almost were not present, then what will the children be doing? They are wasting away their classroom. I will have looked into my powers and I will have ordered immediate sack of those absent. But what moral justification will I have sacking somebody I have not paid? And that is what really changed my heart. And I said, okay, all I need to do is to look for where we have to pay them. Then I want to see whatever action I take, then people will not blame me. But for now, if you don't pay somebody, you cannot possibly force him to do whatever you want him to do. Okay. So we are trying, and I hope we shall be able to achieve it. Finally, I want to thank you for the brief that has given me insight to the workings in the education. God himself will not come down to help us in this place. It is left for us to know what we want to do with our state and what we want to do with our country. If we cannot strive to carry out our own bit of the duty assigned to us, then a lot of things will be left out of shape, out of position, and at the end of it all, we shall have ourselves to blame. In a nutshell, I'm asking for your support so that we can together shift or advance Lagos once again to that enviable position that it has been known for, and that is a pace setter. I thank you for your attention. Well,
Director General and the entire members of the Ministry of Education, I present this small gift.
Done to us and for its continued interest in the Ministry of Education. And the military administrator knows this program very well, that the cockroach wants to dance. I won't allow it. So, I'm quite sure that the cockroach is told to some dancing anyway before the chicken does whatever.
When the chicken was going to sleep.
So I will ask Mrs. I can tell you.
I'm sorry, I didn't remember that. Comfortable. Okay. Make it comfortable. Okay. He's the Director General, so. Okay. Sunday. So.
Administrator of Lagos State, President General, Association of Profound Appreciation on behalf of members of the Modern Nature African Campaign Organization. Monaco is an incipient environmental international non-governmental organization. Lagos State, the elsewhere seat of the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, continues to remain our industrial and commercial capital, with one of the highest urban population. Is the vortex where the conflicting forces of development and nature is most manifested on the continent. Our environmental question remains to be reconciled. Little or no capacity exists in the effective solid waste management. Our industries and economic operators are yet to comply fully with set guidelines on liquids and gas effluent discharges, talk less of imbibing sustainable utilization of our abundant natural resources. Actually, our own interest in this crucial sector. Today, our own
is the son that is supposed to seek after the father. But like he understands the call of duty has never permitted me the opportunity to come and pay my homage to you in your the concern of very revered personality of our country in the person of Allah himself and that of the President General of Market Women Association. If one take a cursory look across
that Lagos stands by whatever it says, and that we were with our military in Nigeria that have given us such generosity. And I said the military administrator inherited a lot of problems in Lagos State to see this for himself, and we will tell you that he does not see Lagos State is showing you specimen of the gentleman. Parents and teachers of Nigerian students in the primary, secondary and tertiary institutions, we welcome you to our midst. It is the future of our children that makes vision and sustenance of been undergoing serious turbulence. We are worried. Disruption to education for one day is bad enough, but in a situation where the grassroots, the foundation, formative stage of education of our children of primary schools could be closed for upward of 9 months, with the result that devil finding work for idle hands, some of these children had to deviate into mean jobs, crime, and all sorts of immoral tendencies. To compound it all, even after schools resumed, go around the schools, the attendance is still very low. The universities have closed from May to October last year, and even after resuming, the cancer work of policy confronting education is funding. Name it. Violence, school closures, teachers' industrial actions, and so on. Even parents' personal industrial action due to poverty and scarcity. It is money. We found that our governments have been trying their best. But we know that is blowing across the whole country. And so, we formed the National PTA to mobilize parents and teachers throughout the country to draw nearer and relate with the schools of their children. We say government will come, government will go, but our children will remain our children even when we are no more. Because of this, it is the duty of every parent, no matter his status in life, to struggle, join hands to make sure that our children.
Commissioner for Education and Environment and Physical Planning. Attended guest is Congress of the National Parents Teachers Association. Let me use this opportunity to congratulate the National President, the Executive, and indeed the entire members of the association on this unique occasion. A gathering of this nature, where parents and teachers come together to promote the well-being of their children and what is very much welcome. And I want to assure you that the Lagos State government gives support to gathering of this nature. Nigeria is presently going through a very trying period, and the educational sector is not left out. Our educational institutions are faced with lots of problems. In recent years, indiscipline in our schools has assumed such alarming proportions that many well-meaning citizens have been expressing serious concern. It is in this perspective that the organizing of your Congress has come at a very opportune time. It is my hope that you will use the opportunity of this Congress to examine the various problems plaguing our educational institutions and propose solutions to such problems. A deep examination of these problems shows that they are a reflection of the society. Regrettably, over the years, societal values have been gradually relegated to the background. Greed, dishonesty, cheating, and avarice have in the eyes of many become virtues. It is now necessary for us all to retrace our steps with a view to rededicating ourselves to those noble virtues and values of yesteryears. In particular, we must join hands together to eliminate all traces of indiscipline from our midst. The eradication of indiscipline should start once again in our homes. The parents must lead by good examples, while teachers, on the other hand, should dedicate themselves anew to their calling. The teachers should realize that as agents of the process of socialization, they must not only teach the gospel of discipline, but must also be seen to practice what they preach, and the parents, as repositories of moral values, must ensure that they steer their children to the right path. The Lagos State government, in view of the enormity of the task before it, has resolved to chart a new direction in which a new attitude to public service matters in terms of credibility to government and prompt attention to issues will be vigorously pursued. Education and the prompt payment of salaries are priority areas, and in pursuance of this, government would provide educational facilities such as classrooms, furniture, and science equipment. We develop tertiary institutions through the provision of physical and instructional facilities. And lastly, the gradual introduction of boarding facilities in our secondary schools. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me at this juncture implore us all as parents to take proper care of our children and work. We should inculcate good discipline in them, and say good, charity begins at home. The behavior of our young ones nowadays leaves much to be desired, to put it mildly. We should therefore give to our children the best legacy that will make them worthy ambassadors in the outside world. The future of any nation lies in the caliber of children we breed today. Let us all accord the progress of our children a rightful place in our spirit schedules in life. As I mentioned in my address to the fifth biannual Congress of the Lagos State PTA a few days ago, vices such as lateness, truancy, absenteeism, examination malpractices, vandalism, and cultism, to mention a few, are cankerworms that are eaten deep into the moral fabric of a student and need to be curbed. Any positive action taken in eradicating these vices would go a long way to enhance the uninterrupted and qualitative education which your association is yearning for. Invited guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I wish to assure the National Parents Teachers Association of the state government's continued support towards all your programs aimed at eradicating indiscipline in our students and consequently improving the quality of education. On this note, I wish to welcome all the delegates and the special guests from all the states of the Federation to this fourth annual Congress. I wish you all a successful day in Lagos. Before I take my seat, I would like to add, and if my friends from the eastern part will be able to tell you, it is
before we go further, shall we rise up and sing? For he is a jolly good fellow, for he is a jolly good fellow, for he is a jolly good fellow. And so say all the heart, and so say all of us who praise, and so say all of us who praise. For he is a jolly good fellow, for he is a jolly good fellow, for he is a jolly good fellow. And so say all of us. Sing happy cheers to our beauty and the future of Lagos. Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip.
Your Excellency, Mr. Director of Lagos State, Colonel Olakusoni Ola, yes, tourism, yes. Sir, can you permit me to introduce members of my team? He is the chairman of the fundraising committee.
Pleased to meet you, sir.
Seminar, and the proprietor of that.
Pleased meeting you.
Pleasure meeting you. Yeah, Deputy Chief Commission Officer, Lagos State Ministry of Information. She's known to everybody.
How do you know? That's more appropriate.
Shola Ifadi is the Assistant Secretary of the chapter.
How are you?
Behind them have the chairman of the NAC in Nigeria. We have the executive committee and the entire members of the Nigerian Corporate Relations Lagos State tenure in office. The entire members of the Lagos State chapter are following with keen interest your progress and are very anxious to assist your administration in all ways to ensure your absolute success. Your Excellency, as the patron of this chapter, we need to formally but briefly intimate you with the very important events that are coming up in the next few months within the Lagos State chapter of the NIPR is the basis of this courtesy call. Last year, 1993, climaxed the worst in Lagos State as regards environmental sanitation. The government closed eyes and turned deaf ears to the healthy living of its citizens, and sad enough, the citizens maintained a cynical silence because they were engulfed and blinded with the then political crisis, economic dullness, and academic blackout. We as professionals whose callings include protecting, projecting, and sustaining the image and efforts of establishments, be they public or private, feel absolutely concerned about the lives of citizens of Lagos State. The points raised in my address, which was clear and unambiguous, at the chapter's 1993 annual general meeting held 2nd December 1993, centered among other things on holding a seminar on environmental sanitation under the auspices of the Lagos State government. This was ratified and a unanimous decision taken. Since then, we have tried to put all heads together to ensure that the seminar we proposed come to reality. Other well-meaning people be praising you for very bold steps you have taken to rid Lagos of faith and instill discipline among the citizenry as demonstrated by the law enforcement agents. The purpose of the epidemics, which is intelligent. Sir, we are aware of the activities, you are aware of the activities that we have lined up to support your concerted efforts in making Lagos cleaner, rid the state of filth, and importantly, avoid the outbreak of epidemic. The top officials of the Environmental Ministry, including the Honorable Commissioner himself, are holding very important meetings with us. I'm sure that after the meeting to hold on Friday, April 8th, you will be informed as appropriate. Sir, we are bent on joining you to ensure that life that is short is not made shorter by poor sanitation. The biennial conference and general meeting of the Institute holds in Jos in May, 26th to 28th precisely. This will involve all the PR members, both in-house and partners in Nigeria. We have 16 active and financial members in Lagos State Government. This number includes 2 of the Directors General, 2 Assistant Directors, one of them is the Vice Chairman of the chapter, and 4 chiefs. One of them again is the Treasurer. I hope, sir, that you excuse them so that they can fulfill their professional obligation as will be done in other states and organizations. I strongly emphasize the importance of everybody's participation because Lagos State accommodates above 50% of the entire membership of the Institute in this country. Therefore, low turnout will negate our intentions and reduce our fatherly influence and weight. Indeed, Lagos State Chapter is more than the Institute, is more to the Institute than USA is to the entire world. As the secretary of this institute, we must have got the wind of our social fund that is going to be launched on the 7th of May this year. All arrangements are on to back you up as the chief host. We are aware that Lagos State government has no house to give us, as done by some state governments. Therefore, we have to build our own secretariat to be named Lagos Unity House. Secretariat Fund Launch Committee, headed by Chief Yemi Fadipe, will intimate you of the details. As a veteran broadcaster, a bad bear practitioner and performer, he has the wondrous task of being in touch with you for obvious reasons. He knows how to get to you, however busy you are. Also, we shall not suggest any specific amount. We want Your Excellency to, as usual and as a patron, do the needful. Mr. Edapia Treasurer, I'm sure you don't need any escort to go with the chef. Lastly, Your Excellency, the 1994 AGM holds July 29. Yes, this date has nothing to do with the Nigeria's first military coup. It's just a day. As a patron, we expect you at the morning opening ceremony when you personally be invested as a patron, and also in the evening when we shall give awards of excellence to deserving organizations and individuals who have distinguished themselves regarding their contributions to PR in Nigeria over the past 2 years. I hope, sir, that you will ensure that you personally attend. The Information Commissioner has his own role to play on today. The Director General Information is a member. He must play his membership role. Your Excellency, traditionally, you shall not be complete without your person. We shall let you know that details. Your Excellency, so we sent just a few copies of the PR lecture series, which is the first publication of any PR outfit in Africa. To Your Excellency. But very relevant and important address. I really have no option to make it shorter. It is my assignment to thank you in advance for approving and supporting our intention. Sincerely, I appreciate the rapt attention given to me by Your Excellency, the Commissioner, the DG present, and all top government functionaries present, and of course, my colleagues, and also gentlemen of the press. I thank you, my God.
The Honorable Commissioner, the DG Home Affairs, first of all, before I go into my own address, get to know who I just address us now. I'm confident knowing the rest of the people. When somebody addressed me without me doing it.
Please, I have to introduce myself another late. I am Banji Abiodun
Alfonso. Thank you very much. Well, I have to thank the body from the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations for paying this courtesy call, the one with the strings attached. I'm indeed pleased to note your concern in respect of the environmental situation within Lagos and Nigeria in general. And I feel encouraged by your declaration that you are going to support the administration tackling this what do I call it now? I don't know. You know, as a soldier, my English is limited. Whether it's a monstrous or hydrated or I don't know. It's a problem. In 91 that seems to have defied the solution so far preferred. But when body like yours starts to feel concerned by addressing the issue, I think we are all heading in the same direction to read the state of affairs and at the end of the day live a healthy living. There may not be boundary when the repercussion of maintaining heaps of refuse will start, because the spread of epidemic will not demarcate Ikuyi from Ajebule. When it takes off, it takes off. If it comes through the wind, too bad. Via the water, unlucky. So whichever way it comes, it will not restrict itself to Mushin alone, but we go around the whole place. And there be export of same either to neighboring or even beyond the shores of Nigeria. And that's why I say I feel encouraged by your concern in this respect. Whatever you are planning to do to ensure the success of the Lagos thinking in the area of environmental sanitation, we be accorded due recognition and support. And that's why I want you to, from time to time, let me know, or let me do your program so that where we can come in, I can let you know that yes, the state can be of assistance. So that at the end of the day, we shall be able to maintain a clean environment that will be the pride of all, because it's a shameful thing. I don't know what our foreigners visiting this part of the globe will feel about us. Because even where they have their pigs overseas, you don't find that kind of thing. No, I'm being sincere. I'm just being sincere. Where I put God is I will not. I told the market women the other day, go across the border. They all go to the market to go and trade. At the end of the market, you feel like sleeping in the market. Sure. As if nobody has said that. Where did we get all this culture from? It's a bad one which we must do away with. So, on your, no, you didn't make it too direct. But I got to understand that you'll be looking forward to some kind of, financial support from the state. Oh, I got it wrong.
You got it right.
You said it during your address. The financial situation is nothing to write home about. But that notwithstanding, we all recognize, like I said, your own concern in an area that we have been disturbed. And if we get every hand from you, we should be able to put in our own quota so that we achieve the same goal at the end of the day. I can assure you that within the limited resources that is within the reach of the state, I can promise you that we will continue to support you. Finally, I say my thanks again and look forward to it. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. Nice meeting you. Thank you very much.
Nice meeting you. Nice meeting you. Have a nice day, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was beautiful.
Do you operate independent of so there's no way of knowing through you why you shut it down?
We are releasing 103 trucks on 15th we loaded 108 trucks. On 16th we loaded 105. On 17th we had 60. On 18th 90. On 21st we had 85. On 22nd we had 124. And yesterday we had 141, which is our usual, just a normal average business lift.
Who is in charge of the Abacha station?
There are so many marketers. The national, they have their installation, for example, yes, sir, because they are not getting supply. That's their...
Okay, where is their own source of this? Different from yours?
No, they come, they come directly by sea to their installation.